Come, let's take a walk through the lanes of the Edo period. Takehara is a historic coastal town in Hiroshima Prefecture, Japan, located beside the Seto Inland Sea. It grew well during the Edo period from 1603 to 1867 as a center for salt making, sake-brewing, and sea trade. Because of its strong cultural roots and well-kept buildings, Takehara is often called Little Kyoto of Aki, with Aki being the old name of the region that later became Hiroshima. As you step into the historic area, the streets become narrow and straight, pulling your eyes ahead. The noise of today's traffic slowly disappears, replaced by the sound of footsteps on stone paths, wooden floors creaking, and sometimes the distant calls of seabirds from the Seto Inland Sea. On both sides, wooden merchant houses stand close together. Their look is simple yet graceful, with earthy plaster walls, dark wooden frames, and deep eaves that cast gentle shadows on the street. The town feels peaceful and well-ordered, showing the disciplined life of Edo period merchant families. Takehara's Townscape restoration focuses on protecting its old salt and sake merchant area from the Edo period. It was declared an important preservation district for groups of traditional buildings in 1982. Traditional machiya houses with beautiful lattice designs are carefully maintained, and many are reused as cafes, shops, and heritage stays like Nipponia Takehara Saltworks Town. Walking here gives you a real feel of the town's prosperous past through guided walks and cultural experiences. Takehara's value lies not in one single landmark, but in the town as a whole. It is one of the best preserved Edo period merchant towns in Japan, shaped by salt and sake business. The streets clearly show how business, social order, and architecture work together. Unlike rebuilt heritage places, Takehara still keeps its original materials, layouts, and proportions. The walk takes you past old houses, temples, and unique streets. Most buildings are machiya, long and narrow homes made for both living and business. One thing you will surely notice is the variety of wooden lattices, or koshi, on the lower floors. These lattice designs helped control light, airflow, and privacy. They also allowed merchants to show their status in a subtle way, without breaking Edo period rules on luxury. Different lattice patterns often showed different trades or levels of wealth. If you look up, the buildings continue to share their stories. Heavy dark grey kavra roof tiles show wealth and also help protect from fire. The deep eaves give shade from sun and shelter from rain. Slight changes in roof height keep the street interesting while still looking balanced. Between the houses, you will see kura storehouses with thick walls, usually white or earth-colored with black borders. These were used to store salt, sake, rice, and other valuable goods. Their strong plaster walls and heavy doors remind us that Takehara was once a busy working town, not just a quiet place to live. Takehara's lanes are made to human scale. The streets are narrow enough to feel cozy, but never cramped. Most buildings are only 2 stories high and do not overpower the street. At some corners, the path suddenly opens into small courtyards, shrines, or side lanes. It is one of Japan's finest examples of an Edo period merchant town shaped by salt production. The townscape shows how work, social life, and architecture were closely linked. Unlike rebuilt heritage spots, Takehara still holds onto its original materials, layouts, and proportions. Within the town, you can also find shrines and temples. At the end of Honji Street, there is Ebi-Sudu, and nearby is the path leading to the Shorin Temple Samon. The calm atmosphere and peaceful feel of the temple really draw you in. Close by, you can also see a small cemetery. On your way back, you will notice a building that looks like a church. This is the Takehara Historical Folk Culture Museum. Nearby stands a bronze statue of a couple, the Masataka Taketsuru and Rita bronze statue. Masataka Taketsuru was born into a sake-brewing family in Takehara and grew up around fermentation, craftsmanship, and strict merchant values. In 1918, he traveled to Scotland to learn true whiskey making, including chemistry, distillation, aging, and blending. Later, he founded Nikka Whisky and brought real Scotch-style methods to Japan. His focus on quality over quick profit helped build Japan's world-famous whiskey reputation. To reach Takehara, start from JR Hiroshima Station and take the JR Kure line towards Mihara, Hiro, or Aki Kamiyama. Get down at Takehara Station, and the historic townscape is just a short walk from there. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through Takehara Townscape. Do like, subscribe, and share if you would love to see more travel stories from Japan. Until next time, travel safe and stay curious.